Hello everyone. In previous video we have discussed the roles of hormones and the effects of hormones on different behavior of animals. So in this video we'll discuss the effects of hormones on sexual behavior. So Berthold observed the relation between the gonads and the sexual behavior, and the Harris and Mitchell investigated the role of the estrogen in the sexual behavior of the female cat. So here is a experiment done by the Harris and the Mitchell. So influence of hormones on behavior may either be slow or the prolonged, quick acting or short-lived. The luteinizing hormone stimulates the ovary to produce the estrogen and progesterone, which are responsible for the development of the mammary glands in female at puberty. And during the pregnancy, there is a risk of the level of the prolactin, and this stimulates milk secretion. When the newly born suckles, the mechanical stimulation induces the hypothalamus to release the oxytocin from the pituitary lobe, and this in turn triggers the milk production. Here is another example of the female pigeon. That means they do not normally lay eggs if kept alone or with only female, but she begins to lay eggs soon after the male pigeon is introduced to her. This simple test shows that only the sight of the male is enough to cause ovulation in female. So a male pigeon who performs the other typical courtship bows, even though separated behind a glass screen, is effective than a castrated male, that is testis removal in male, in the same case. Here is the graph of effects of hormones on sexual behavior. So role of hormones in sexual behavior: the estrogen level and the progesterone level during the day of the estrous cycle, and which is high or maybe low in during the sexual behavior. So here is another example of the female cuckoo do not build nest but responds to the sight of their host nest. She lays eggs in the nest of crow. So example 3 is the redus, a kind of fish, is sexually excited hot by the presence of a female of his own species, but by the sight of the shell of the mussel in which the eggs have been deposited. Hormones do not initiate only courtship and copulation, but the whole pattern of the reproduction and other behavior is controlled by it. Ethologists have proved that the hormones act directly on a vein control centers to initiate and increase the drive. So they are example of the hormones apparently forcing behavior in an animal even in the most inappropriate circumstances. So here is another experiment done by the Blum and the Fiedler, which injected the pituitary hormones prolactin in an isolated male of a species of fishes, and he found that they are started performing the parental care behavior, and this is fanning movements similar to that of the three spinestical backfish. Another example of the sexual behavior is in male parakeets, the sex hormones regulate their loud singing and their courtship behavior. In case of rat, the male rat copulates successfully only when they have produced enough testosterone. A number of vertebrate female will perform male sexual behavior if treated with the androgens. And in male cockroaches, the copulation movements are dependent upon a hormone produced by a corpora allata cardiata. Thus, their evidence clearly shows that the sexual behavior of different organisms are directly or indirectly affected by the hormones. So this is all about the effects of hormones in their sexual behavior. We can also see in this picture the roles of hormones in human sexuality. It depends on the testes, ovaries, hypothalamus, hypophysis, and all are connected through the blood circulating through the body. So this is about these effects of hormones in sexual behavior. Thank you and keep watching.